because you guys all know that if I'm coming on to do one of these things, everyone's busy, and I understand that. So, however, I do think it's really important because we are building from all over the stinking place. Half of you people I haven't even met in person, which is just, I don't even know. It's just so crazy to think about. But I hope to meet you all one day. That's the truth. So anyways, but if we're coming on here, I just think it's super important to be connected. I think this is how you build relationships. Relationships are one thing that actually is a game changer in this business in a huge way. So I know at first you're like, God, this is kind of awkward. I've never done something like this. But it's funny because all of a sudden this becomes your norm. So my goal, you guys, is I do like to do these at least once a month. I know we're chit-chatting in our chats and we're doing all those things, but as a whole, I try to evaluate like, okay, where do we really need to work? And I do that the same thing throughout our whole entire team page. Like this is just such a small, intimate group. And I love that because everybody's in different spots. Hi, Daylin. See, I don't know who Galaxy is. Hi, sister. And so when you see people commenting on team pages, usually it's something that like, that's an aha thing for us. Even people who've been in the business for 7 years, or I've maybe run some reports and I'm like, okay, we need to zone in on this as a whole, as a team. So like the team page, that's kind of what it's there for. Obviously with Facebook and how the algorithms work, it really kind of sucks because some things are getting lost on the team page, which is why a lot of us have started these intimate chats kind of. So if you have the mindset that you're kind of annoyed with it, don't be. Like, it's there for you. And so anyways, this is what I kind of want to touch on. So we're coming into January. It's a brand new year. I've had so many of you guys even come to me and you're just like, I'm so hungry for so much more. And you guys, that just excites me because the truth is that at the end of the day, somebody could say the best thing that they've ever said. It could be the thing that changed their mindset. But if you're not ready to receive it, like it's not going to do anything for you. So when I have people come to me and they're ready, I'm like, holy cow, now it's like pedal to the freaking metal. And so I just want to be real with you guys coming into this. Like, I think we're going to talk about playing it safe and staying in that comfort zone and actually what happens when you make the decision to get out of it. But the truth is like right now is the time. It's not to wait till conference. Knowing what is actually coming, like you want to be committed to building your momentum right this second. And you guys, I know so many of you are like, those bonuses, like they just look awesome. You envision what it would be like to earn a bonus and it would be life-changing for you. I'm going to tell you the only way that I ever earned bonuses is because I was working in the months that bonuses were not offered. And so it came that when a bonus became offered, you guys, I was already set up for that. It wasn't that it was announced and then all of a sudden I was like, going. It was like, okay, now literally we tie the bow and we freaking tighten it. And so that's what I want you guys to have the mindset coming into this because I don't know the exact announcements. And I wouldn't want to. I think that's one of the really, really exciting things about being at conference when all of a sudden Mark gets up. Like when you want to talk about a coach, holy cow, if I could have like Mark in my little pocket every day, you guys, I feel like I'd be Black Diamond. And it's like, he's just incredible. Like it's incredible that our CEO is literally a true coach. And you can see that when you hear him speak, like you guys at any event, that's who you see. And that is not the norm of a company. The funny thing is it's my norm and it's the only company I've ever been with and that's all I know. But when people are like, what do you mean your CEO is up there talking? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, oh, he's at every event. Like, what do you mean? And so anyways, I just want you to know that. And so people, they're always like, how have you done this for 7 years? Or, or like there's times or moments where you kind of feel like unmotivated or those types of things. You guys, those are the times you need to be close to the fire. And so what am I doing? I'm not waiting for somebody else to pour into me. I'm not waiting for my sponsor to come and like give me this aha moment. What I'm doing is I'm on the Sunday night calls. That is how I start every single week. You know what, you guys? It's not about learning something new. It's just about coming in with the mindset of what you're going to do for that week. And the truth is that your month-end goal needs to be broken down into your weekly goals. And so this is what gets me started. And you guys, my stuff is playing on speaker with loud kids all the time. Like if I don't want you to think that I'm like sitting in this cute little office, headphones on, like feet kicked up with, like, that's not my life, And honestly, I don't need it to be that. I've never needed it to be that. So same thing with Monday night calls. You guys, I listen to this Show Me the Money call every single week. And even if it's not happening on Monday, because Mondays we have hockey. So usually I'll be listening to it in the car on our way back from hockey. Or like yesterday, I was going to a meeting with a distributor and I listened to the whole thing on the way there and on the way back, because there was some insane like aha moments and just things that somebody said. And I was like, dang, that's a good one-liner. Like that is so good. It's like one of those one-liners that like condenses a whole thought of paragraphs into one thing. And this is what I want to point out about that. So like there's people in there, you guys, that are in their 50s, okay? In their 50s. And in their mind, they're not worried about paying for life right now, right? So same with a lot of us. Like we are able to pay our bills. We're able to do those things. But we want more. You should never feel guilty for wanting more. Like, I don't know why there's that weird stigma with that, but you shouldn't feel that way. Okay. So in her mind, she's like, I've provided for my babies. I want to provide for my grandbabies. I want to leave a legacy. Guess what? She builds belly to belly. She's not even on really social media. Like she posts here and there, but she is straight up belly to belly. And then you have a 23-year-old who's in Canada. There was actually 2 Canadians on this last Show Me the Money call. She's 23 years old, built her entire business off of social media. And you guys, like those are things that I'm like, this is for everybody of every age. Like it all depends on how you're talking about it, who you're talking to. Like, am I going to go and talk to a 50-year-old about pay, like if their kids are grown, like I'm not talking about paying for sporting events like I do with my money right now for my kids, or like my weekly bonuses. I'm talking about retirement. I'm talking about leaving a legacy for your family. I'm talking about where are the places that you still want to travel and pay cash for that you haven't. Like those are the things I'm talking about. So the other thing is Pam Souter's podcast. If you do not listen to those, you should, because it is very geared to what we're doing. There's actually a lot of podcasts geared to what we're doing. And again, that should be like another one of those moments to say like, hey, you are doing something incredibly smart for yourself, for your future, for right now. Like there's a reason there's so much talk about stuff like this, right? And being your own boss and creating your own hours. However, here, when you're part of a network marketing, you are also building residual income, which is one thing that is lacking in some of those other things that people are doing. Like this is something that you will continue to get paid on. This is something that I'm not only building for my right now check and my monthly commission, but it's part of my retirement, you guys. Like my guy tells me that all the time. He's like, do you know what you're doing for your retirement? Like it's so funny because that's his mind. And I'm like, do you know what I'm paying off right now? It's just funny how it goes. So here's the thing. Last year, so a lot of you now, you're kind of in it, right? You're not just brand new. Some of you might be. Brandy's a little bit newer. I'm kind of looking at the faces. Some of the people that are going to watch the recording, they're a little bit newer. This is still really good information, even if you're new. Some of you aren't though. And the thing is you guys, you've been playing it safe. You've been playing small, and it's okay to start small, but I don't want you to stay there. Okay. I don't want you to stay there because you don't have to. And this is your ticket to not do small. Okay. And so and what I mean by that is like, you're still kind of doing, your actions are like based off of, oh man, am I like playing with the level that my network is at, right? So maybe they don't have the concept of this. They don't have the mindset for this. Like, don't play on their level. You're not here to stay at that level. You said yes to this because you want to do more, right? And, or you're kind of staying where is comfortable for the people around you. Like, I'll do that. You've invited them to join you. If they've decided that they don't want to do it, who cares? Don't stay at that level. Like, grow past it. And honestly, that is how you're going to make the most of this business. And that's what I want to see for you, but nobody can do that for you. So the best thing to do is like, we need to acknowledge it and we're going to move past it. So I want you guys to not play small. I don't want you to stay in your comfort zones. I know it's weird to talk about why you're doing this. You're like, oh, that's kind of like a little bit personal, and it is personal. But here's the thing, you guys, is that you have to break your wall down. You have to be a little bit more of an open book if you want people to openly come to you to tell you what they want to work on. if you want them to openly talk to you about things that they want to change for themselves, maybe it's physically, maybe it's financially, like those types of things. The only way people feel comfortable doing that is if you're sharing why you're doing what you're doing. If you're sharing your results and you're so excited about them because it's helped you gain confidence in something that you were sort of insecure about before, right? You guys, we're humans. Like, we all have insecurities, whether they're the like true or we've kind of made them up, it doesn't matter. But I just think, like, when I am speaking about why I've done this business, that I didn't hate my life where it was when I said yes. I can't tell you how many people come and they're like, hey, I love my job, I have an amazing job, but there's like this but, right? And I'm like, and you know what's awesome is I can say, I get it. I loved my job too. However, there were things that this business offered that my job didn't. And guess what, you guys, by doing both of them together, not only did we move so much faster amongst our goals and it fast tracked those things, but when you have the choice to not have to be at that other job, you actually enjoy it a little bit more. So now you have two things that you're enjoying like so much. And then when the time comes where maybe life needs you to pivot, maybe somebody gets sick, maybe your kids have different needs, maybe they have different demands, then you guys, you can pivot without stress. Like, that is the one thing that has been such a freaking game changer for our family. And so as my husband's over here chasing his dream that he had the choice to go after because of my flexibility of my schedule as my own boss, like, he can do that. Is it way busier? Yeah, it is. But guess what, you guys? That's what he wanted to do. I'm going to support him. He supported me being this like crazy business owner, right? And he, at first he's like, dang, you know, and I have days where I'm like, dang, why are you still at work at this point? That's life. That's where good things happen. So I need to know, like, you have to think to yourself, why did you do this? I really want you to write that down. Like, why did you say yes to doing this? There's a reason. That reason is literally going to be what drives you every single day. So write it down. Like, these are notes that you guys, if you came to my house or you stepped in my office, you'd be like, this chick is crazy. Like, I have random sticky notes everywhere. Kevin's used to it. Like, he's just like, okay, she wrote on her mirror again. Here we go. And so, and then, you know, I want you to think to yourself, what did you want when you started? And honestly, don't tell yourself you can't get it, because you can't. So whether it's small, whether it's like insanely big and you're like, that's so far-fetched. I just met with my friend Amanda, who started for $200 freaking dollars, okay? She started this business. She's a dental hygienist, made great money, but started this for $200. We just scheduled her ambassador promotion. Like, that is $30,000 a month that she's going to be bringing in. She started for $200. Okay, so the small is important, but you still have to schedule it, because in the beginning, it doesn't seem so small. And then all of a sudden you're going to look back and you're going to be like, God, executive was so hard. But then all of a sudden you're going to be like popping executives like you're popping Skittles. Like, I'm not even kidding. But you just have to do it, because once you do it, you can teach it. And once you teach it, it becomes duplicatable and people just keep doing it, right? And so you can even break your diamond map into executives if you want to. You can break it down into rubies, whatever it is, but learn to break your goal down. And I'm telling you, the things that seem big, once you accomplish them, start becoming just like your natural habit. But you have to commit to doing it. So, and then this is the thing that I want to ask too, is, are you ready for the next step? Are you ready to be what a Ruby leader needs to be? What do I think a Ruby leader is? It's somebody that's bold and they're reaching out. They're speaking their goals out loud. They're being consistent. So when they have 5 people on their team, they are leading by example. They are that person that's asking the questions because they know the brand new person's scared and they're like, oh, that would be good. They're the person that knows the simple thing needs to be shared, because truthfully, it's the simple things, you guys, that change this, or that, grow your business. It's not that I have like all this like secret thing, or I was just like grown a leader, or doing stuff like this was natural to me. It just, honestly, I just did it. I was like, screw that. I want to meet with my team. We're ready to go. I want to see their faces. And I did it. The first time I was probably pitting out like crazy the whole entire time. My voice was probably shaking. Guess what? That tells the next person, like, holy crap, this isn't comfortable for her, but dang, I'm proud of her. Right? And so I want it to be where Erica's doing this. And I'm sitting back here like, damn, Erica, I'm so freaking proud of you. Like, I want it to be that Brandy's like, guess what? I just went executive, or I just went Ruby or Emerald, and I'm going to freaking teach all you guys how that I just did that. It's not a secret sauce. It's not that you have to be an author of a book to be able to do those things. You guys, it is the simple things that we do repetitively that make you successful in this business. Okay. So it is not this like secret little thing. So you have to ask yourself, are you ready for the next step? Are you ready to step up and do what a Ruby leader is doing? Are you ready to do what an Emerald leader is doing? You know, and sometimes I hear people, they're like, I want to be where you're at. I'm like, then do what I do. I show up every single day. I do the things that are uncomfortable. I message people. I grow my network even on my busiest day, and I'm tired as hell at nighttime. Like, I do those things, you know, and so can you. It's just the choice that you have to make. So here's the thing. So many of you came to me, you're hungry. You want more. I cannot wait to see you achieve more. And so, but we also have to do things a little differently, right? So if you this far, oh, hi, little one. He's not little, but so cute. I just see a pup. So anyways, like you just have to say, like, what have I done so far and what am I going to change up? You guys, if something is not working, and when I say not working, I do not mean like you tried to do host a post with 4 people. Okay. You don't get to decide if it's working yet. Okay. Because you did not consistently do 4 people every single day for a full entire month. Okay. So that's another thing. Like, you have to understand the definition of those things. Like, you cannot say that I've tried messaging people and it's only been 3 people. Guess what? You probably have to message 20 people to get a yes. You probably have to enroll 10 distributors to find 3 strong ones that are really ready and hungry for more. And then you might find like 3 or 4 that are like, hey, I'm okay making hobby money right now. But if that doesn't align with your goals, you got to keep going. You got to find the ones that are hungry like you are. Okay. So I want you to know too, like, don't convince yourself something doesn't work if you haven't consistently been doing it in a certain amount of numbers for a month straight. Okay. I'm talking a month straight. So this is consistency. And so I'm trying to give you numbers. So instead of me just saying consistent and you kind of just defining that, like, I mean every single day for 30 days straight. That's consistency, okay? And so I think the thing is sometimes we sell ourselves short on the timing of those things. And then we convince ourselves and then we start getting frustrated. But really, like, you needed to do it a little bit longer. And had you did it a little bit longer and then you did it the next month too, it would start working. Okay, so those are the things that I see repetitively on our leadership page. That's like triples, presidentials, ambassadors. They're all on there, but they're consistent, you guys. And then when I say that, I mean like every day for a month straight. And then guess what? They start seeing it. So then they do it the second month, right? Because they see that it's starting to work. And then it continues to work even more and more and more. So those are the things that I take in that I'm like, I'm bringing back to you guys. Because I want you to know that. I don't want you to think when Sarah says consistency that she meant 5 days, 1 person every day. Like, I don't mean that. So, because the thing is we are going to get a no. A no's don't stop me. I don't care. Honestly, in my head, it's like, I just planted a seed. Now that chick's going to watch me. So I better show up every single day because I know that these 5 people that just said no, they're like, what did this chick just invite me to do? You know? And so I want you to understand that part of it too. Like, a no is not going to hurt you, and it's not a forever no. As long as you keep showing up, it's not a forever no. Trust me. So here's the thing, you guys. You have to schedule it. So I think this is such an important thing. I shared a quote on and I actually will share it on Rewiring. But I shared a quote with a bunch of girls, and it talks about that. It's like, you have to schedule it. Like, it has to be on the calendar because it's part of the whole mindset thing. Okay. So once you schedule it, whatever that is, then you have to break it down. You can't just think like all of a sudden, I'm going to be executive by the end of the month. No, you have to break it down. You have to be like, I need my 2 distributors by the end of this week. From there, we're going to launch them. I'm going to show them how to get their first 4 loyal customers. And I'm going to give them ideas of what they want to do. Ask them, how do you want to build? Do you want to do a launch party? Like, most businesses that start, they launch, right? So what does that launch look like for you? They're not just like, hey, I'm open. Like, no, they have a freaking grand opening. Like, what is your grand opening going to be? Is it going to be that you're going to start posting on social media? Maybe that's what you're doing. Is it that you're like, I'm going to go belly to belly and I'm going to do a sip it and try it party? Like, what is your launch going to be? You're a business owner. Like, launch it. You know, don't just like think that people are just going to automatically know. So you have to schedule it and you break it down. And then as soon as they get their $100 shopping sprees, you guys, you're close to qualified legs. Guess what their next step is? is that they're going to start going for their first promotion. And all of a sudden now, here you are, you started as an executive, you scheduled your executive promotion, and now you already have 2 executives popping under you. You guys, like that's almost a rupee. So that's the thing, like don't overcomplicate it. When you're doing your steps to success, I print that out every day or every month. If you're not printing it out, you're not planning to do it. Like that's honestly the God honest truth. Like it has to be in front of you. So if you're like, gosh, I haven't done my steps to success, ask yourself, have you printed it? Do you print it? Did you just print it one time? Why? Scrap that month that you didn't get it. Go on to the next one. Start with a brand new slate. So I print it because I'm planning for it. Okay, so you have to do that. The other thing is this has always been a non-negotiable for me. So it's not that I needed it to pay my bills, but you guys, I wanted it. It didn't matter if I needed it. I don't care. Like I wanted this business to work. I wanted what this offered. I wanted to be debt-free. I wanted to not have to wonder when my kid gets asked to be on this freaking traveling team where we're going to randomly pull $2,500 out. Or I didn't really want it to come out of my savings. I like my savings just growing. I don't want to see it decrease. And so I was like, I want that in a pot that's just sitting there and we can say, you know what, freaking good work. You worked your butt off. We're saying yes to that. Like those are the things about, I don't care about anything fancy. I like that stuff, And so it wasn't that I needed this. I wanted it. And so you guys, I've never come in with the mindset, oh, I'm going to do this when I have time. I'm going to do this when I have the time to do that. I do not approach my day like that. I literally, Erica knows, there's people on here that know this is how I work. But I make a list every single night because I'm a freaking scatterbrain. I was like killing it being a mama 1, had 2 babies, scatterbrain, straight up scatterbrain. So I make a list every single night. I make a list of who I'm going to follow up with because then it only takes me 10 minutes the next day because I'm not scrolling. I'm not wasting time doing that. I literally nail it out and it's like boom, 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 boom. Now with Instagram, having voice message, people get to hear my voice. Already did it this morning. And so, and I plan for my day. So it's not when I have time, I'm going to get to my business. I promoted and I got to Diamond in 3 months because I said, what will my time be for tomorrow? Where am I going to be fitting this in? Okay, this is what our schedule looks like. I have an early meeting. I have this. Guess what? I adjust my time that my alarm goes off. I stay up a little bit later. I find my increments. I'm like, oh, I'm going to be in the pickup line from here to here. This is when I'm going to do my follow-ups. I have 15 minutes. I schedule it. You have to not go with when you have time, but say tomorrow, this is the time I'm doing my business. I'm taking time to do my business. Sometimes you guys, it's been so nuts that sometimes I'm like, oh God, like I feel like the day's going by super fast. Like sometimes I'll even tell Kevin, like if the one day was kind of a little stressful, I'm like, geez, like I need to like let him know. So the next day I'll be like, hey, tomorrow when you get home, like we'll have dinner, but then I need to go sit up and like take 45 minutes for myself. Like I just say it. And you know what? I will tell you, like with significant others, when you do that and they know what you're working for because that stuff's posted on your mirror or whatever it is, they're not upset. Like you're working for all of you, And so just know you can't think of the mindset of like when I have time. If you're going to be promoting and you're going to promote every single month and you're going to create momentum and you're going to get those bonuses that are going to be offered at conference, then you need to have the mindset, this is my time that I'm taking today for my business. Okay, so you're going to prepare for it. You're going to plan for it. What does my day look like? Where will my time be sketched in? That's what you have to do, okay? Because I get it. I understand that most of us are doing a full-time job along with this. That will not stop you from finding success in this business. I did my full-time night shift nursing job all the way to ambassador. I could have quit when I was presidential. I didn't need it financially. I didn't need that job. But guess what? I was so damn close that I was like, no, I'm going to show my team, like, you can have a full-time job. You can have babies. You can grow your family. You can move. You can have a wedding. Like, none of that stuff has to throw you off kilter of your big goals unless you let it. Okay? So I like, it's funny because sometimes I say to you guys, and maybe this is where this will be your thing, but maybe you haven't enrolled anybody yet. I'm telling you, I like get fearless and bold, so much more bold with your guys' goals or being an example to my team than I seriously probably was with my own goals. And that is so weird to say, but thank you, God, that this business is set up like it is, because that helps me so much, you guys, so much. And that's why, like, I ask, I know what Melissa's goals are. I know what Erica's goals are. I know what Vanessa's, I know what Lisa's are. I literally have that stuff written down, because I'll say to them on a hard day, like, hey, why is this any less important to you today? You're just having a hard day. Like, who cares? Start tomorrow. Like, it's not a big deal. So ask those things, you guys. Ask those questions. It gets fun. It's important to you. That's what motivates you to do it. So now, you guys, I want you to write down, what do you literally want to achieve by the end of January? So this is a short goal, right? There's what I don't even know what date it is. 12th? I think I know it's 12th because all of our ThermoFight X shipped yesterday. So I think that's why I know it's that. So I want to know, what do you want to end by the end of January? That better be scheduled, okay? Then I want to know, what do you want, what rank? I do want to know a rank, okay? I want to know a rank because guess what? There's a number. There's a monthly number with that. That monthly number, you should have that thing broken down into your bills. Things that are like non-negotiables in your life. When I knew that I hit Ruby, $500 extra a month, that was a shift at the hospital. I gave it a value that made sense to me, okay? Same thing. When you make Rap Cash, it's $150. Does that pay your cell phone bill? Even if it's not going to that, whoa, did that pay your cell phone bill? Because if it did, guess what? Even if it goes to something else, that money you just took to pay for this allows that money that you normally would have taken from your checking account to stay in your checking account. That is the stuff I started noticing right off the bat. So the small things add up and they do make a big difference. So do not undermine them. Okay, so I want to know what you're going to do at the end of March. Next thing, I want to know what you're going to be accomplished by the end of August. So I want you to write that down. If you need to put these on sticky notes, I will send you sticky notes in an envelope. I have so many, you have no idea. And then the next one is, how do you want to end 2019? I know we're just starting it, but what do you want to do? Where do you want to be in your business? What bills do you want it to be covering? What do you want to be able to be setting aside in your savings account? Where do you want to be at the end of December? Okay, so that's what I want you to put down there. And I see some of you writing them down. I love you guys. You have no idea. You're my people. I love writing stuff down. I can't even stand it. If you would have seen me in nursing school, you'd been like, that chick's nuts. Okay, so here's the thing. Then this is the next questions you need to ask yourself. Do you see it? Okay, so you see it in front of you because you're writing it down. But and then the next thing I want to ask you is, like, when you're reading that, envision what life would be like if you got that. Like, what little things does it change? So maybe your goal at the end of January, it might not be like what it would do for you if you hit your goal that's for the end of December, right? But you have to get this first to get the next step, okay? So the other thing is do you actually believe that you can do it? Okay, so you got to be able to see it. So if you're not writing stuff down, I'm not sure how you can see it, right? So you got to be able to see it. But the next thing is do you believe you can actually do it? You have to believe in yourself. Like, you have to believe it. And the way that I started believing things is I just keep saying it. I'm like, you're an ambassador. Like, you're going ambassador. You're going ambassador. I just kept saying it. I'm like, this team is an ambassador team, right? You guys, it might not be for this year. I want my 2020 goal that this is a Black Diamond team. That's like, you guys, that means people are making thousands and thousands and thousands a month. And not because, you know what, they need it. It's just because they're creating a legacy for their family. Like that, I dream big like that for our team. So you have to believe it. Do I believe that our team can do that? Yes, I do. I really seriously do. Will it take focus? Yes. Will it take consistency? Yes. Will it take having a bomb 2019? 100%, but I'm ready for that. So, and then the next thing is are you ready to actually work for it? Because if you can see it, you believe that you can actually do it, you start working for it, that is how you're going to achieve it. Okay, so you have to have all those things working. You cannot just say it but not believe it. Like, you could say it over and over, but if you don't believe it, it's not going to happen because you're not going to work for it because you don't believe that you can even do it. So you're not even going to start working for it. Okay, so that is the things that we kind of want to really get down to, because I don't want to see you play small. Like, I love when you guys message me and you're like, I just did the scariest thing. I'm sweating. I'm like, yes, Yes, good job. You know, I like love that. I love that for you. I love it when I do it. And you guys, some of you, I even text when I do it. I don't even care. I don't care. Like, I love having accountability partners too. So here's the thing, you guys. No one is going to build your business. I don't even teach anybody to build other people's business. I lay out options. I do those things, but I'm not going to build anybody's business either, because here's the deal. It's not sustainable. You don't know how to keep it there. And that is not how you hit the average monthly incomes. And it's also not how you make more than the average monthly incomes. You do that by building your own team. And when you have your own team and you've put time into that, you put the effort into that, you have ownership of that. I promise you, you won't even think twice about quitting. You won't even think twice about ever even giving up. So you have to have ownership, okay? So let's talk about DTs. I feel like this is something that we've talked about and people are like, I just can't do it. I can't do it. Holy freaking crappy, yes, you can. Yes, you stinking can. I did not start this business knowing who my team was going to be. I actually didn't care. I was like, I'm not going to have all the answers. Like, I'm a realist enough that I'm like, I will not know who all my customers are going to be. I didn't even understand how you don't run out of people. Like, I remember asking that. I was like, how do you keep finding people? Like, I mean, my network's only so big. I'm like, how do I make this a career? Like, I didn't even have the mindset for that this could be a career. You guys, I've been at this business longer than half people have ever been at a real job. Like, that's what's so funny to me. I'm like, yeah, that's a career to you, but this isn't. Like, it's just funny. It's like, no. No, you know, so here's the thing. I want you to know how to build your own business. I want you to be earning those weekly bonuses. I'm still going to earn my weekly bonuses too, but I don't want somebody else to be placing those people in your business and they're earning those. They're earning the extra 5%. I want to teach you how to do that, okay? So here's the thing. Let's talk about DTs. Truth of the matter is, you need them to grow your business. If you are not going to be that person that is going to be at a distributor, there's nothing wrong with this. So I'm just talking, like, if this is what aligns, what I'm speaking about right now aligns with where you want to be at the end of January, where you want to be at the end of March, you know, August and December, like we just talked about, then you need to listen. If this doesn't align with those things, then that's fine. Maybe you do just want to enroll loyal customers and you're going for the car bonus. Stay in your path, girl. Like, go do that. But just share that with whoever is mentoring you so that they can help you. They can guide you to do that. They can tell you how to get those lots and lots of customers. However, if you are wanting to build and you are wanting to promote through the ranks, you need distributors. You have got to grow your team. Okay. And you cannot wait for other people just to come to you, you guys. Like, if you're doing that, your success is on their time. Okay. So you don't get to call the shots. Honestly, I like being in control. Like, I want to hit my goals when I say I'm going to hit my goals. So guess what? I'm going to be asking. You have got to ask. And so asking does not need to be weird. It doesn't even need to be cold. Like, it doesn't need to be awkward unless you are going to make it super, super awkward. You guys, I get messages all the time from people. So when people are like, oh, they're spammy, or I'm like, then don't be spammy, right? Like, I get those. I'm not upset. I'm like, hey, girl, keep growing your business, you know, but I'm like, I'm not interested. Thanks for thinking of me. It's okay, you know? And so this is the thing, you guys, you have got to be able to get those weekly paydays. You literally can get a paycheck 5 times in a month through It Works. That is insane, okay? 5 times a month. That's stuff you can tell potentials. And so it holds you accountable because now you have something to do. You don't even have to ask, like, what do I do next? You're like, dude, I already know. I'm going to teach her how to get her first 4 customers so she can earn free products. So she can either have product to sell to make Wrap Cash, Keto Cash, or she's going to start becoming a product of the product and start sharing her results, right? So a lot of us, when I'm talking about it, I'm like, hey, I literally ask every single person. So if I'm talking to them about products and they're going to sign up as a customer, once I know they're signing up, I say, hey, I just have to ask you, and I don't know if this aligns with your goals that you have or if this would help you fast track your goals, but I just have to ask you, like, I know that you're interested in using the product at 40% off, but are you interested also in earning free product and earning some income? Because if so, I have to share with you that right now, or if so, then you should think about joining me, or you should think about doing this business with me. You guys, I literally say that with every freaking conversation when I'm signing up a loyal customer, okay? The worst they can say is no, but now it's in the back of their mind. So that the next time that I'm posting that it's only half off to join my team, they're thinking like, holy crap, she asked me, like, why haven't I done that? Or like, yeah, it does align with my goals. I'm just scared, you know? And I talk about the things that I was scared about. I post about those things. I'm like, we didn't just join fearlessly. Like we joined scared, but because we wanted more, right? There's so many people like that. So post about that, share that stuff. So you guys, I want you to think, instead of thinking, I can't do this, I want you to think like, I'm a freaking DT magnet. If you go in every day and you say that those words, those 5 words sound so cheesy, so weird, I'm telling you, you're going to start doing it. So here's the things that I post about, you guys. I post why I started. I post where my mindset was at when I started. I wasn't depressed. I wasn't unhappy. I just wanted more. My baby, who was 4 months old, who I got to stay home with for 3 months, he made me want more. He didn't even have to say anything. He just stared at me. He didn't even have to say anything. I still just knew, like, I want a savings account. I want to know that we are so stable that if anything got thrown to us, my thought is family first before finances, right? Not very many people can do that, you guys, and that's really sad. Like that's where your heart's at, but in your head, like when people's kids get diagnosed with something or family, like or somebody passes away, the first thing you think is, shit, how much is that plane ticket going to cost, right? You guys, I had an uncle pass away totally unexpectedly, and I bought a ticket, last minute tickets for my entire family without even thinking of it. I was like, I will be here for my aunt. Like she's somebody who helped pretty much raise me with my mom, you know? And so I didn't even have to think about it. I wanted that. And so here's the thing. So I share my mindset of when I started and said yes, because that's where our network is at. They haven't joined. You guys, I don't talk about like being ambassador. I don't talk about like some of those things because I'm like, that's not even relatable. Like I hear people say all the time, Sarah, you have this long story. I'm like, I don't even share that. Like if they start talking about it or they're like, I want to pay off my school loans, I'm like, I did that. You can do that here. I say those things. I'm like, you know what? This pays for this pays for that. That stuff talks to people. But I don't sit out there and I'm not like, I make this a month. That's not even relatable. You guys, people join me. They don't even know I'm ambassador. They don't even know what the heck that means. I don't even talk about it. That's not even what I talk about to get distributors. So I talk about my goals. I talk about where I'm going right now. I talk about the people that I want to help. Who do I want to help? I want to help the people that want to pay off their school loans. Maybe you are getting married. I want you to pay cash for that wedding. If your parents are paying cash for your wedding, I want you to pay cash for your honeymoon. Like I got to do those things because of this. So I talk about those things. People want to know that if they join you, they want to know where they're headed. You cannot just simply put out, join me. You cannot just simply put out, it's, $49 should join my team. Why should they join your team? Why did you join? Like, what is going to relate to them? You have to be posting about that. You have to be sharing that in some way in your messages, whatever it is, okay? So you have to know that. You have to ask. You cannot just simply wait for all those people to come to you. Most of us do not come in with this humongous network, right? And so we don't have all these eyes on our stuff. You will probably get there through this business because you're going to learn how to grow your network. But you know what, you guys, you're not going to have enough people just coming straight to you to get to where you want to be by the end of January or by the end of March or by the end of August or by the end of December. You're going to have to ask. But here's the thing. I don't find that weird. I do not find it weird because if somebody wouldn't have asked me or mentioned what I just mentioned, like, hey, Sarah, you're going to already be buying what would make you commission qualified. Do you want to make some extra money? I'm like, yeah, what do you mean? Like, I just stopped dead in my tracks. I was like, yeah, I do. Like, who doesn't? And so I ask those things. And so if somebody went to ask me, my life would look a lot different. Okay, so I asked that. And I'm going to give you guys a message, okay? So here's the thing. The $49 ends tomorrow. It ends tomorrow night. Usually it's 11:59 Central Standard Time. So I want you to think, when's the last time I asked somebody to join my team? When's the last time I seriously sat down and messaged more than 10 people and told them why I am writing to them? Like, what do I see in that person? Why do you want that person on your team? I ask myself that every time. Sarah, why do you actually want to message this girl? Do you love her energy? Does she already have amazing social media that she honestly could keep doing what she's doing and just bring in extra income? Like, then I'm going to say that. I ask myself, why am I asking that person? What is it that I see about them? Maybe I just like them and I want to work with them. Selfishly, I want to work with them. I say that. I'm like, selfishly, I would love to team up with you. I think we would have a blast working together. You guys, That's not weird. That's not awkward. Now, if I went in and I was like, so I think this, and I said things that weren't like truly what I felt, that's weird. Okay. So it doesn't have to be weird unless you like literally are being cold in your message. So just don't do that. I just talk to people like people, and I appreciate that. I appreciate when people do that to me. So I want you to make a list of 30 people today. I know that every single one of you has been in here long enough that when you're scrolling or you look in your contacts in your phone, I know you have more than 30 contacts in your phone. 100% you do. I want you to make a list of 30 people, okay? And I want you to tell them what we have going on. And so this is something a message can look like. You could say like, hey, Lisa, I know you've probably seen some of my posts I've shared, or maybe you haven't. And I use humor a lot because that's me. Like people who work with me, they know. So I use humor a lot. So I say like, or maybe you have it thanks to the Instagram algorithm, or thanks to the, awesome Facebook algorithm, which I hate the Facebook algorithm, but that's a whole nother thing. So I'll like say something funny like that, right? But I just say, anyways, I started my own business. You could say when, a couple months ago, last year, whatever it is, due to products I was wanting to use anyways. And I was also wanting the ability to make or to supplement our income from home on the go on a schedule that I could create. And I just said, I've thought about asking you for a long time and actually don't even know why I haven't, and realized that what I would be missing out on had somebody not asked me or invited me to do this. So, and then I said, are you interested in being able to make some extra income on the side of what you are currently doing right now? I kind of assume people are working. Some people, they may just say, I'm a stay-at-home mom. That's awesome. But I'm not just going to assume that somebody doesn't have a job. I kind of assume, you guys, that somebody has some. So I always say, are you interested in being able to make some extra income on the side of what you're doing, earn free product, and get to use the products at wholesale cost? If you are, let's chat ASAP, because right now you can actually start and join my team for half the cost. That's it. Like, it's not hard. It's not long. And this is the thing about a DT conversation. It is not going to happen overnight. It's nice to send out messages right now because you don't have to instill urgency or feel pushy because there's a deadline attached to it, right? It's not us. The $49 ends tomorrow. That's the truth of it. So that also makes it really, really easy, you guys, to go through and follow up with every single person you have spoke to about this business. Hey, just letting you know, like, I love when they come out with stuff like this because it's easy. It's easy for me to message and know where to even go with it, okay? So I want you to write down your 30 people, and I literally want you to send that message. Tweak it for each person if you want to. If somebody, you're close to somebody, maybe this is somebody you don't know, say why you want them. It's going to be different for each person because every person is different, right? So you can put that in there, but you can kind of have the backbone of the wording and go and send those messages. Okay, so that's kind of where we're at, you guys. Distributors, that's what a lot of you are wanting. That's where you're at in your business. That's what you need. That's what you need to unlock more income for yourself, right? That's what you need to grow. And you guys, you can do it. Like, that's the thing. You can do it. You just have to know, like, there's going to be a ping pong conversation. There's going to be some back and forth. You are going to have people that are interested, and it takes them a month to decide. Don't wait for them. Your goal still is your same goal at the end of January. It doesn't change. You don't change it because somebody else has to wait to think about things. That means you just have to talk to some more people. And the thing is that's how you start getting a lot of those people and a lot of consistency coming in and enrollments, because you have so many people in your chute now, right? Because the 1 month it took you, maybe you had talked to 50 people to get 3 people in. Who cares? Those other 47 people, they're watching you. So are you staying consistent? Are you still sharing with excitement? Are you showing up every single day? Are you showing them that you're serious about your business? Or is this a hobby? Is it looking like a hobby to them? Remember, like, people want to know what they're joining and where they're going. Like, I know who I joined because when she does something, she's all in. That meant something to me. And I tell people that. I'm like, hey, I will go as quick or as slow as you want. I'm going to let you pick that because I'm kind of an all or nothing girl. Like, I tell people that because I'm like, I don't want to push you and be annoying, but I also want you to know that if you're ready to run, I can run with you. Like, so I tell people that. Even I kind of tell them what to expect if I'm going to mentor them. And I think that's also super helpful. So this was something that was said. There's a few things that were said on the call, right? And I think this was just so, so good. There's 5 beliefs that you have to have. and that have to kind of be in sync. And if one of them is off, you're going to feel like something's off in your business. Okay. So, and obviously belief is something that you have to establish. Yes, you guys, the income, it allows you so many choices, right? And that's what, and it's nice to have a number value. Like when people tell you like, oh, you're just like chasing the bank, or, you know, people make you feel bad for wanting more. The truth is that when you do have extra income, you have extra choices, you have extra freedom, you get extra time. Like those are the things that people want. But you have to get this first to get that, right? So don't let people make you feel bad about that. So beyond income, obviously you guys, we want the time and the freedom, right? We want those choices. Like the choices and having choices bring peace. And that's the one thing that I can tell you that has totally changed this business for me, which is why I'm like, my mindset can never go back to what I was when I was just a nurse. And I don't say that as in like, that's a bad thing. I mean, I can always go back to like being a nurse, but like this, what I've learned here in this business will never go away. Like it will never leave my mind because it is so insane how much it can do. So here's the thing. Here's the 5 beliefs. You have to have belief in this company. You have to believe that it works and where they're going and what they're doing. Like you have to believe in the adventure and in the journey that they're taking. Okay. You have to have belief in this industry. Do not let people convince you otherwise. You guys, they may be working. They may have a retirement. It's not creating residual income. Like it's not. So, I mean, I couldn't do that at my nursing job either. Does it mean that that sucked? No, it doesn't. But I'm just saying like I can create it there. So belief in the industry. You guys, this industry is crazy. Like it is good. It is smart to have. It doesn't mean that you have to get rid of anything that you love. It just allows you to get rid of things that maybe you don't love. You know, belief in yourself. We've talked a lot about that. Belief in yourself. Belief in the product. You guys, holy crow. The people that are on here, you already have insane results for yourself. Not to mention, I know that your customers are sharing results because you guys share them with me. I mean, our products, we did not just enroll 5,000 plus loyal customers within the first 48 hours of January for no reason. So believe in the product. If you don't have that yet, start using them. I promise you, you're going to notice the difference. So believe in the product and then belief in your leadership. Leadership is action. It is not knowing the right thing to say. It is not having all the tips and tricks or the secret sauce. It honestly is action and just sharing your actions of what you're doing to create results. That's what it is. So people feel like they're not a leader when they're not taking action because they don't have anything to share. They don't have sample messages. They don't have a response maybe to share, or they don't have a post to share. Like they feel like a lack of leadership because there's no action there. So leadership is just action. It's a verb. Like go with it. So if one of those things, those 5 beliefs is off, you're going to feel like something's off in your business. So just make sure, go back through and kind of do that checklist. And you know, one of the other things is stop telling yourself you're trying this. Stop trying to get distributors. Stop trying to get customers. Just do it. Just make the decision that I'm going to get distributors. I am going to get customers. I am going executive. Like just make this decision like I'm doing it. I'm done trying it. I'm doing it now. Okay. So just even that mindset, I think just changes so much. So, and then when you figure out that you're doing it, how are you going to do it? You have to know your way. And I think sometimes people think like if you're going to do social media, you guys, you have to be consistent. Like social media is not an easy way out. Like I want you to know that right now. Social media means you are consistent. Like when you watch bloggers, they are there every single day. So I hear people say sometimes like, I think I'm going to blog instead. I'm like, you can do that, but I'm telling you, it's not any easier than this. And you're going to be working alone. Okay. So I have nothing against it. I think blogs are freaking awesome. I follow so many, but I want you to know that they show up every single day. So social media consistency, like you have got to show up every single day. You have got to be you. People have to see who you are. You need to be on your story so they see that there's a real person behind there. So you can do that, but just know it's not the easy way out, which is what I think a lot of people think. And I told you, I'm going to be really honest with you. So I am doing social media due to my schedule and me, usually it's only me. However, I never shy away from going to meet somebody if I can meet them if they're in driving distance. You guys, I will hop in my car like to wrap somebody. I don't even care because you don't know if that wrap appointment is going to turn into your DT and that DT is going to be the person that goes diamond in 3 months. Okay. So if you have the option to do that, I've always mixed everything. Okay. I've always mixed everything, but you have to decide how you're actually going to do it. So social media, awesome. Go start watching some YouTube videos. Go look on our team page, type it in, social media tips, whatever. You need to learn it. If you are going to do face-to-face, you need to be asking, hey, will you host a sip and sample party for me? Will you have to put it out there? Like, hey, I'll meet you. I'm going to come meet you. Do you have any friends that want to come try it? I'm going to come make you some coffee. If you have friends that want to come after the gym, bring them with you. Just let me know so I bring enough. You have to commit to doing it, okay? You can do it in all ways. Like I said, last Monday, Show Me the Money call, it had people doing it in all different ways. Guess what? They're all freaking building. They're all triple diamonds. It doesn't matter, but you just have to commit to it, you guys, and you have to just do it. So face-to-face, you can do events. Either way, there's so many ways and the choice is yours, but you just become good at whatever your lane is, okay? And like I said, if you want to mix them all together, that's kind of me. I like mixing everything together. If I do samples, I do all those different things because it just makes it fun for me. Okay. And so that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today, you guys. And I hope that that's super helpful for you and just guiding you. I wanted to answer, there was one question on here and I told you to put questions on that chat. And so Brandy was asking, she said, so how do they guarantee $3,000 the first 3 months? What if someone signs, then doesn't do anything with it? How do you answer that? Okay, so here's the guarantee with the first 3 months. And I can't remember, Erica, did I send it to you? You should look on your phone. You should look on your phone and see if you can find it. We talk a lot, but so it may have to scroll a little bit. So I'm gonna let her do that. Here's the $3,000 guarantee. And actually there's a date with it, but okay, so this is how I explain it without like over wording it to somebody, right? But then you're gonna have people that are like, sometimes people ask, they wanna know all the ins and outs. Those are people with a green personality like me. That was me. But here's the thing, I tell them, I'm like, okay, so they also have this $3,000 guarantee. That is not like and maybe that's not, I don't know. That's not my selling point right now. Like the $49 kit is kind of my selling point. And I put in there, and there's also this $3,000 guarantee. If they ask about it, then I tell them. So this is how I explain it. I say, so they have steps laid out for you if you follow them. So if you earn your $100 shopping spree, which is 4 customers in your first 30 days, so you're going to get $100 to use toward free product. And you welcome 3 team members, which is part of our steps to success anyways, and also gets you the ability to earn $300 in Friday bonuses. And you go Ruby rank, which is 5 people total on your team in their first 2 months. So you do their little checklist they have, and you haven't profited $1,000 in those first 2 months by doing exactly what they told you to do, then It Works cuts you a check for the difference. So if you made $800, they're going to add an extra $200 to your check. Okay. And so I explain that to them. And then I say, and then if you go, so if you've done those things, right? So they cut you a check, or maybe you've already made more than that. You might even make more than that. Actually, I mean, I made more than $1,000 just in Wrap Cash my first month in. And so, I mean, and they're not using Wrap Cash, but I'm just saying, like, when I go back and I look, I hustled. I hustled right off the bat. I did it scared. I didn't care. So I probably wouldn't have gotten the guarantee because honestly, between my commission checks, my weekly bonuses, I had made more than $1,000 in my first 2 months. Okay. So and that's awesome. No one is going to complain about that. Okay. So, but the thing is broken down, you guys, that's pretty freaking awesome. Like that's $500 a month. Okay. So then like take out my little inputs there for a second. So then if you go Emerald, so then you go to Emerald rank the 3rd month, they've already checked off the few things that they had to do, right? Because they had to be Fast Start qualified, which they're already that by earning their product credit. So I'm showing them with the steps also what they're earning from it, okay? So then I say if you hit Emerald rank, which is our 3rd rank, and an average of $800, $900 a month, and you haven't profited $3,000 in those first 3 months total, then It Works cuts you the check to fill that gap. But really, and I say that, I go, and I kind of like it because I'm like, they're confident in knowing that the system that they have laid out for you, it works. Like they can literally guarantee that you should be making that. And the truth is, you guys, if you're doing that, you are going to be making more than that. Okay. So that's kind of how I say it. If they start and they don't do anything, no, they're not going to get a guarantee. Like that's not It Works' goal. Their goal in the things that they put into place is to try to get people running right out of the gate, because the thing is, not everybody does, and that doesn't make or break them. But the truth is that it allows fear to sink in, and it allows doubt to sink in when people don't just jump in and start taking action, you know? And it's like, that's not what you joined to do this. Like, you joined to like grow. You joined to do the things that you've always been wanting to do, you know? So I just tell people, I'm like, just start, just go after it. Like, you're not going to know everything about everything, but the only way to learn it is to have people asking you questions, and then you come and ask me the question and I tell you, and then you start learning the information. Like, learn it as you go. That's way more fun than trying to memorize all of it and then thinking you're just supposed to memorize it. Even that, I mean, knowledge on ice is nothing. But if you have excitement on fire, and the knowledge is gonna come with it, but excitement on fire trumps knowledge on ice any freaking day. Just so you know, like, I could recite literally, I think I pretty much have answers to most things. And the thing is, you guys, if I just sat there and like was like, yeah, you can join my team, I mean, I've been able to do this and this, like, if that's how I got on a story, people would be like, wow, she seems super excited about what she does. But if I get on and I'm like, you guys, it is only freaking half price to join my team, and right now, and you also have a $3,000 guarantee, what would $3,000 in 3 months do for you? Would that help you? Would it help you pay something? Would it help you pay off maybe credit card debt from Christmas? Guess what? No one gives a crap what I paid off. Like, that's more exciting than me being like, so we're paying our house off. This is going to be great. Like, I've just done these 3 steps and I can't even believe it. Like, we're going to pay our house off. Like, that is dull. Like, I mean, my God, I'm paying a house off. Like, what? So it's just like, you have to ask yourself those things, you know? So don't get caught up in that. And if there's any other questions, oh, she shared it in the Facebook group. Oh yeah, you did. Erica, can you read it? Because some of these girls aren't in that smaller chat. Will you just read how we described it? She's like, damn you, you're putting her on the spot. Erica's not shy though. Sorry, hold on. It's okay. If you have any other questions while Erica's reading that, put that in here so I can read them now, since I'm not all over the place, okay? Oh, I love you guys. P.S. I watch Pam Souter's podcast while I put my makeup on. Like, that's just part of my day, if I get to put my makeup on.
Okay, so you said say that again?
No, I was just telling him, like, this is how we wrote it out for one of her potentials.
Yeah.
That was asking for details.
Okay. So you said for the guarantee, they have a little list they want to check off as you go and cross off each as you complete it. You want to get your first 4 customers in your first 30 days, which you'll seriously have no trouble doing. Plus, this also earns you your $100 free shopping spree. Then you want to add 3 people to your team that you enroll. Remember, for each of these, you can earn a $100 bonus, so you will do that. Then you want to go Ruby in 2 months. So that's 1 promotion each month. And if your profits between your monthly commissions, weekly bonuses, and the shopping spree you earn doesn't come to $1,000, the networks would cut you a check for the amount it was short. Then if you proceed next month and promote to Emerald rank, then it would be the same if your profits haven't been $3,000 total in those 3 months. You'd get a check for the difference.
So I kind of lay it out because they're not going to know what Fast Start Qualified means. And that's really what it is being Fast Start Qualified, which that's 2 customers and having your auto ship run or having your total PBV at 150 in your first 30 days. Honestly, I just turn that into them getting their 4 customers and getting their shopping spree, because that's what I want them to do anyways, because that's a win in their book, right? And then it's enrolling their 3, which I explained, like, you're gonna get a $100 bonus for every person that you enroll. And so they're excited about that. Like, those weekly, you guys, like, I love those weekly bonuses. Like, that covers like sports or like that randomly have to be paid, or our weekend stuff, or whatever it is, like our groceries. Like, I love those things. And then I talked to them about, like, then you would promote to Ruby by the end of the 2nd month, which is an average of this. And so, like, broken down, like, that's $500 a month, right? For those first 2 months. And then for the next one, if you go Emerald, which is 2 rubies, which you just did, then you are guaranteed that $3,000 in those first 3 months. And so if you get that, then, you know, this is kind of where you're at, and you would get the difference. But I always tell them, I'm like, honestly, if you're doing that and you're building, you're probably going to make more than that, which is awesome. Because I mean, broken down, you guys, $3,000 guarantee in the first 3 months, that's $1,000 a month. Like that's pretty incredible. So, okay, you guys, does anybody have any other questions? I am so glad that you guys were able to hop on. I feel like it might just be Saturday mornings for us, and that's okay. I like it because it's before the whole shenanigans start for the weekend. We all got to enjoy Friday, and I know it's hard during the week because everyone works just odd hours, and it doesn't always work for everybody, but I did record it, so I'll try to put it up on so that we can share it. So any questions? If not, we can hop off. I love you guys. I'm so excited for this year and to be able to head to conference. I just like the countdown is freaking on. But until then, we're going to have a lot more promotions before we even arrive to conference, which is going to be super exciting. So, and if you think of questions later, you know where to find me. So we'll pop in the chat or do whatever. So have a good day.